Yo, it's your boy, the RC from PainInTheGulo.com.
And your boy Remy Roy causing that ruckus. And
Yo,
this is
talk
yo shit.
nigga.
That was perfect, nigga. So, when I was going to my nigga, I know, and I know you're not a TV nigga and shit, but you don't. Please tell me you watch Snowfall.
Snowfall?
Yeah.
Nah, I never watched that shit. Why? Damn. I heard. People. What season is on?
The end of the fall.
The end of the fall.
It's the end. Probably one more episode, if not two, left, and then we're gonna have to wait that whole year. It confirmed the belief that I've been having that I might have to do a TV show first, like a cult fight, but movie. I'm indecisive right now, cause a show brings you some, bro. That following you get from a show, my nigga, is lifelong, bro. Sons of Anarchy, The Wire, boom. I just watched The Sopranos for the second time. The whole a show, bro, it makes you literally part of the life, bro. A movie gonna have to, that shit gonna have to, boom. Like, I've been watching mad history and shit about how the certain movies are I want to do, bro, no lie, I think that's the goal. I want to read, you know how when you think of 1980s, certain movies that define the era. Okay. So I've been, I don't know, bro, I'm trying to figure out, I'm learning the audience finally. You feel me? A nigga finally got his prejudice out. A nigga no longer getting mad at some shit that's just, it is what it is. You can't, as I'm learning, either you evolve or you get stepped on, nigga.
Right.
So that's just how it go. And it's just TV show, like the no lie, the way Snowfall be having me, bro. Like if you watch me watch Snowfall, you gon' like, oh, this nigga, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, oh, man, get that. It's like, yo, power.
What is it called? TV shows. It seems like TV shows have the best writing, but not only the best writing. It's like they have time.
What I learned from a writer is TV shows have multiple writers. A movie could just have one.
Right, but they also have time to build shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from the TV shows I do watch. Like,
what's the last one?
I've been watching Monk lately.
Monk?
Yeah.
How the fuck you get it to Monk, bro? I've been dying to see that.
You know what's crazy? I just remember how popping it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, Monk used to be like religion, and I'm like, yo, what the hell was soap? And I'm like, I finished watching what's the other shit? I didn't finish watching it. I just stopped out of nowhere. The shit with the autistic kid, Good Doctor, right? I was watching that and I just stopped one day and I was just like, yo, I remember when Monk was just like everywhere. Like, what the hell this show was about? And it's like that. It got that same feel where it's like a Law and Order type shit. But it's just like, what I realize is I like shows with a ridiculously socially awkward person that's a fucking genius at something, and people need to deal with their awkwardness to get the, you know what I mean? So it's like he's a
germaphobe, bro.
He's like, he got a couple of them phobias. He got a list of phobias. Like, he has a list and it's like 14 things, and it's from his heights, germs is one of the big ones. He got a fiction.
And he's a detective.
Yeah, and he's
so I can see the
fucking
that's beautiful.
Stupid with his detection. It's like, so it's just like the show was good, and the thing about it is like, so I like shows like that where there's a character and it's like you get to like dive into the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, even so, for example, like Black Panther, we didn't get to dive into that motherfucker. Even they expand him. They put some of him in Civil War and all that. But even in his own movie, we weren't able to really dive into the motherfucker. Zack Snyder's thing. You get to dive into the fucking movie. That's why the movie's way better than the other shit they put out, because it's like you get time to. Oh, that's his story. oh, I'm actually invested
Bro, you know
now.
what's crazy?
I want Cyborg to.
You're the first person to tell me that was a good movie.
What, Zack Snyder?
Yeah, everybody.
All right, so the
that
first,
shit,
the original was crap.
It's crap.
It was like a, we know this is gonna draw money, cause it's Justice League.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's just like when you see the Zack Snyder cut compared to the old cut, it's just like, why the hell did they make this? Like Zack Snyder, but it's like I get it too, cause it's like 4 hours in a movie theater, nigga. You need
yeah.
I'm gonna need an intermission, my nigga.
That's
like
a lot of shit
to bust a leak or something.
4 hours.
So it's just like I get that aspect of it too, but it's just like you need 4 hours if you're gonna tell that story the way it's gonna tell it. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not even like he went super in depth into everybody, because as you know, they have their own individual movies. But it's just like, oh, okay, you need to be able to get the motherfuckers invested into a character before you could, like,
that shit.
so it's just like
too.
with a season, you have 12 episodes. That's 12 hours if you having an hour. You know what I mean? So you have so much time to dive into this motherfucker and do normal little simplistic shit where it's just like you get to see their quirks and things, and then you throw them in a big situation where you see 3 of their quirks and it's like, oh, how they gonna do it? So it's like, oh, okay, I can invest in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm going on a journey with him because it's like
damn near,
right. But it's like with other shit, it's not as easy to do because it's like I just met this motherfucker. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to care about him. And it's like it's very hard if an actor can't turn you on. Like Thing did that in what's the movie? Adam Sandler did that in his latest movie. He grabbed you in the first 10 seconds of the movie.
Shit? Oh, no, we're talking about Uncut Gems.
Yeah. He grabbed your attention in the first, and it wasn't even like grab your attention like you're in love with this guy. It's like, yo, bro, just chill out, bro. Like, yes, but no, like, take a breather. It's just like, so it's just like, it's different ways to do it, but it's just like, oh, damn. Like for the monk, it's about his wife who died, and it's like she might not. I'm on like season 4, and it's like she might not be dead. Nope, she's dead. It's like, oh shit, the yo-yo you doing in my heart, like. And then he went through his own yo-yo, and it's like, yo, like this shit is crazy. So it's just like, I get why you say that, because it's like you have so much more time with the character to, whether it's something like House, and you're like, I can't stand this nigga's a fucking lunatic, or if it's somebody like the autistic kid where he's like, oh my god, he's supposed to be a doctor, he's great, he needs to be a surgeon, they can't make him a. But it's just like, oh, when he got a girl, it was like, word, bitch, you really gonna deal with this autistic kid? I bet. But if you break his heart, we all hate you now. So it's just like,
one of those.
So it's so funny and like crazy, but it's like definitely like a TV show. But the thing about TV show, and I was gonna say that too, is like the writing on TV shows is fucking phenomenal.
You know what's crazy? When you watch personally, when I watch a show for the second time, it's like, I don't know if it's because a lot of the writing sometimes be like, dogs, you ain't. I get it, but you could have cut this. But I guess that's because the first watch. There's some shits on the first watch. It's like, damn, I don't want to sit through this shit and why listen to this, bro. You may get a gem here, but most of the time it's filler. You need to. It's as content, and somebody's going through it at that moment. Somebody's going through that scene. So that's why I can understand the multiple writers. Because I'm not writing this. Oh, this son couldn't see his father, and then, oh my god. Like Unhinged, I just watched Unhinged with Russell Crowe. It was one of the shit that came out in the movie.
Oh, right. I want to watch that.
Yo, you gotta watch that, bro. I didn't want to watch it, but I watched it yesterday on Amazon Prime. It's free too on Prime. Bro, you gotta be careful who you. Law 19, you gotta be careful who you offend, bro. Sometimes a nigga just won't. Sometimes choke your pride up, yo. You got it, bro. I'm sorry. Nigga, that's all she had to say, bro. Cause I'm sorry. He just wanted an apology. He's not right. We not gonna say he right. But sometimes, bro, niggas don't care about being right. My nigga, he's gone. He just wants pain. He wants to hurt something. Sorry, bro. You got it.
I was watching some shit like that. Forrest Whitaker and Sam Wilson. I forgot.
Who is that?
I forgot the name of this shit. But basically, Forrest Whitaker kidnaps the dude and has him like tied in the basement and basically torturing the dude.
You said Sam what?
First with I don't know the dude's name. Sam Wilson from the Mac something. The kid,
yeah,
I forgot his
Mac, yeah.
Anthony Mac, there we go. This thing starts with an R.
Yeah, Repentance.
Repentance.
Yeah,
there we go.
All right.
That movie.
Now, I ain't never see this shit. I'm gonna have to watch this.
That shit is good, bro.
To help to torch the self-help author into confessing his untold crimes. Oh shit.
Right. This shit is crazy.
How the hell you saw? And he got that look too. Copy.
Forrest Whitaker, he's got this asshole. He got this fucking asshole. But
so the Nick.
But yeah, I definitely in watching TV shows, I would but ideally I would want to do a TV show because you get to really dive into that character. Like, I would have a lot more fun doing a TV show, I know, than a movie. Not to say more fun depending on what the fuck it is, but it's just like as an artist standpoint, you get to do a lot more with your character that you get in a TV show than you would. Like, you ever watch the Sherlock with Mr. Strange?
Nah.
It's a BBC version. First of all, the episodes are an hour and a half long. But when I tell you it's like 3-4 episodes a season, cause
right, for sure.
But it's like, yo, each one is a fucking movie. But it's like it's not a movie, it's a TV show, but it's a movie.
That's hard.
And it's like,
I didn't even know they was doing.
And the like details they go in on it, and it's like they tell Sherlock's whole story. They include his brother. Apparently, he had a fucking sister who's smarter than all of it. This shit is.
So you ain't see them yet?
Huh?
I ain't see them yet.
What you mean?
That shit. It's called Lem. That shit everybody talking about. It look like the offspring of Us. It's on Amazon Prime, but the race is set in the racist 1950s.
Nah, I never
heard of that. It just came out.
Jordan did that shit?
I think somebody from that shit did it, but it's basically the supernatural devil occult shit set in the racist 1950s. It's a new show. It's called Lem.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I think I heard about that.
I gotta watch. They said that shit's addicting too. But everybody's been sharing that one clip of that black woman slapping the white woman. And so he said you gotta be prepared to watch that. That shit is racially ignite you feel me? So
that shit sounds hella funny.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
Nah, there's a lot of there was this movie called Freaky or some shit like that. It was Vince Vaughn doing a scary movie, and it was like Freaky Friday mixed with like a serial killer type shit. It was weird as fuck. Watching the movie, I'm like, this is weird as fuck.
Vince Vaughn. He plays like this psycho serial killer, but he get his body switched with like this teenage girl. Yo, bro. Look, listen. It sounds fire.
And then he has to convince his friends to help him get his body switched back from the psycho. And she's walking around the school as the girl trying to murder everybody.
What's the name of that too?
I think it's called Freaky or some shit like that. That shit right there, nigga. First of all, like that movie right there was like, it's very hard to mix comedy and horror, and they did it perfectly, bro.
Yeah, Freaky. They
did that shit perfectly, son. I was like, how the fuck did they? Cause I'm like, at the parts where it's funny. But the parts where it's scary, it's like, oh shit.
The butcher shit, causing him to magic switch bodies. The Frank Taylor, she just has 25 to get the identity back. So it just came out. This just came out, 2020. That's what, nigga. Damn, but one thing I learned too in writing and studying, there's mad movies. Amazon, there's people. Just because you ain't hear about it, niggas be having 6-7 movies and shit, bro.
Right, like, and that's the shit that I fucking love about Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
this
facts.
Thing. I don't think I care to do. I don't think I'm that interested in doing other people's movies. Like,
I gotta rent this shit.
I might Ice Cube this shit. Like my whole I'm never auditioning. Like if you got a role for me, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'm gonna do roles that I want to do. I'm gonna write movies that I want to write. I'm gonna get writers to help me write the movie or fill out the shit. But it's just like
this shit.
Why am I auditioning if I could just do the shit myself?
Explores terror in America. The first season, 1950, centers on a black family moves to North Carolina to all-white Los Angeles neighborhood. Their home becomes ground zero when malevolent forces next door threaten to taunt. Oh nah, put that on the watch list. I'll have to watch that later. That ass. I see. Yeah, but we came to the point now, bro, where remember there was nothing to watch. Now there's so fucking much shit, bro. I got 8 movies that I still ain't watched. Shows that I started. I was like, I don't feel like watching this right now. Like I watched the Wayans Bros from 1 to 5 like 4 times already. They got Wayans Bros the whole seasons.
Oh, Wayans Brothers
on HBO Max.
Yo, I could never get into that show, bro. The Wayans Brothers?
Crazy.
Wait, don't get me wrong. I watched it all the time.
Yeah, okay.
But it's like I could never like. I felt like Marlon was doing too much green. And the thing about it is like I love Marlon's comedy. You know what I mean? But it's like, have you seen his new shit now?
His show?
Like
what?
His stand up.
Oh
like,
yeah.
His shit is on point.
Very tuned. Yeah.
Even with his movies, like now realizing what he did with what movie did he did this one called I think Naked.
Yeah, Naked.
And
with the recurring shit.
And then he did the one Sextuplets.
That was fire.
It's like he got it.
Yeah.
He knows what the fuck he could do, and he fucking mastered that shit. And it's just like, copy. But it's just like, and he has this TV show, a sitcom.
Yeah, Marlon.
Fire. So it's just like, figure what the fuck you can do and do that shit.
Do it.
I don't want him to do any more remakes or like parodies.
You don't like those? You don't like the haunted houses?
The thing about it is, he's better than that.
Yeah.
It's like if he had a sketch comedy show, that shit would be great for it.
Oh hell yeah.
But for a movie, an hour and a half. You know what I mean? And I get that's where he like that's his foot in the door. You know what I mean? Something like White Chicks is different than Scary Movie.
That 50 Shades of that shit was trash. That was one of his worst ones to
But
me.
the thing about it is like I can't even judge those movies because it's hard to make a parody of something and it be fire. You get what I mean? Like if you think about it,
see it, yeah, compared to
if you think about all the like outside of the scary movies, most parody movies it's like
nah, that shit was cringy. Not another teen movie. All them shits, yeah. Bro,
right, so it's just like understanding that like White Chicks was good because it wasn't a parody. It was a parody of white girls, but it wasn't a parody of this one white girl movie or you get what I mean? It was a generalization of all white girls. And as he said, most white girls like it because like, oh yeah, we do act like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, okay. So that's why White Chicks did so fucking amazing. But something like, I feel like the movies he be doing are too gimmicky.
Yeah, I can see.
And like something like Naked, it wasn't a gimmick. Yeah, his character's funny.
Yeah.
But it was a real story that he was just...
And it worked. It worked. I definitely enjoyed that shit.
The same thing with his TV show. It's a realistic situation, and he's being his weird, quirky, wild, silly self, but he put himself in a real situation. It's like, oh, boom. And then on top of that, he could fucking act.
He could.
He could switch it to serious and then make you laugh right at the end. So it's just like...
Sure.
That's why, and it's like same shit with Tiffany Haddish. I feel like they always make her this over the top, crazy psycho bitch, which I get. She plays that shit better than Madea her damn. You know what I mean? But it's like, give her a role where she's a regular person and she fucking snaps.
You seen it though, right?
Huh?
You seen her in with the 3? It was her, Melissa McCarthy, that opened the
Oh, Kitchen?
Yeah.
I never watched it.
No, nigga, that's the role you need. Then that's what you talk about, right?
Right, but I feel like that shit mad boring. But I gotta watch it.
Nah,
but it's just like,
and she act.
But I feel like let me think.
You mean she?
Eddie Murphy is the best example, cause Eddie Murphy. This is why I feel like a lot of Eddie Murphy's movies hit. He wasn't. His characters weren't parodies. They were real people, and he just gave them Eddie Murphy's humor or reaction to shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't the character that was funny. It was the situation that was funny, and then Eddie was able to capitalize on it. You get what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah,
so it's like, exactly so he's gonna mess with the other cops. Yeah. But it's like it's not in it's not like his character is not. You don't take his character serious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this. You know what I mean? So it's just like I like.
So what you thought about Coming to America, the second one?
I just recently watched that.
Yeah, me too.
Rushed.
To me, it was very fast. It definitely had, it was a movie, but it was fast.
I feel like it did good for a sequel, especially 30 years later. It was better than Bad Boys.
It was better than Bad Boys for Life?
I feel like the core following should appreciate it.
For sure.
The story was good. Some parts of it were like, but it's a comedy. You know what I mean? For a comedy, it was a very smart comedy. And then on top of that, how they incorporate women into it it was very, very
the
smart.
way they connected, the writing on that was good money. The way they connected this shit.
I don't know how that dude got that part though.
Who, his son?
Yeah, he was really good. I don't think that he was a bad actor. It's just like, where the hell were you at to get that role? Like
he's from something.
But he was good. I liked him. He was funny.
What you thought about Lisa? Huh? Leslie. What you thought about the Leslie Jones joint?
She capitalized on that fucking part. And the thing about her, she's another person who I feel like if they put her in a movie, they would what is it called? Blackball picture box. They would give her Tiffany. Right, they would give her Tiffany Haddish roles, and it's just like I feel like she easily. I watched. You saw Ghostbusters. The girl was.
Yeah.
She stole that shit.
No, those shits was good money.
She stole a movie, so it's just like she has it, but like kind of like Tiffany Haddish. I don't feel like they give her roles that, or maybe not yet. She hasn't gotten deserving roles. Like she would be a great, like Nikki Parker, and she had a daughter, and she's trying to be young again. She'd be a great movie like that. You know what I mean? But then it's like give her a real situation. Look, I had you young. I didn't get to enjoy my. So it's like have real situations, but it's like that shit would be hilarious. It would be like a girl's trip. I'm like, let me not tell these motherfuckers. But it's like she would be great or something like that. But it's still she gotta act. She has to be a mother, and you have to. And then on top of that, I feel like she, if I'm not mistaken, I think she has a kid or not. But it would be like you get to be funny, and she gets to show her really how well she can really act. And I feel like most comedians could really fucking act. They just get put in a place where it's just like always be funny. And it's like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with always being funny, but it's just like let funny be funny, not me force.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm hot and I'm what's things. You force my funniness. You know what I mean? Like
you destroy that
Disney
shit.
Channel funny. Disney Channel force you like like you know what I mean? It's like nah, don't do that. Just give real situations and have funny predicaments happen in it, and it's just like. But I feel like like you said in the beginning, TV shows is way better. Not way better, but it's like the writing, and probably because they have a team, probably because they have a deadline, a week.
And it's crazy.
You gotta not a week, but it's like it's every week.
And then the writers,
TV series is usually every week, so it's like.
And we gotta agree.
We have
niggas gotta
12 episodes or
niggas gotta agree. Like I don't really, and then that's what makes shows so great. The power of the minds that could be able to get over past all that ego shit and create such a fucking show
But the thing about it is like
thing.
that shit don't always happen. The egos don't get passed, but they still make great shows. But I feel like with shit like that, I was watching some kung fu shit, and basically like with kung fu movies in China, there's two directors. There's a director for the choreographed fighting, and there's a director for the actual fucking movie, and that's how they always do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's just like because recording action scenes is completely different than recording any other type of scene, like in movies. You know what I mean? Like when people are fighting, you're moving really fast. You want to be able to see the punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched some shit about Bruce Lee. They said they had to keep telling the nigga punch slower because the camera couldn't catch his punches.
Shit. What a problem.
I'm like, this nigga's a fucking gangster.
What a problem.
Oh shit, thank God he never fought nobody for real. He would have punched a hole through a nigga's chest. But it's just like understanding what your role is, you know what I mean? So I feel like with like if there's a team writing for a show like Friends, right? I feel like there was a writer per character, you know what I mean? So it's just like, or the same writer always did Ross and Rachel's relationship.
I see what you
The
said.
same writer always did Monica and Chandler's. I don't remember these motherfuckers' names. So it's just like that. I feel like I don't know what the game plan or how they come up with it, but it's just like this person does the drama part or emphasizes on the drama. This person really think. This person looks over everything and try to just connect everything, make it seem. But it's just like you say, yeah, you need a team, but it's like everybody got to know their role. A motherfucker can't be like, oh, I'm the best writer here. It's like, you know what? I don't want my shit. I want the best shit. So it's like, I want to hear your shit. I want to hear your shit. I want to hear your shit. And it might not even be my shit. It might be all of our shit combined if we're able to do some shit like that. But it's just
that's what I love, nigga, watching. Like, that's the best thing about watching documentaries. I found a good one, a Mafia joint on Amazon. And a lot of the characters, as I'm learning, that we look up, like, you know, Scarface and Tony Soprano, they be a mixture of history niggas. 4 or 5 people, they got this character, his willingness, his aggressive. And here I am, like, you ain't, as I've learned, it's not stealing. It's okay to dab back in history sometimes for some writing material, bro. And as I'm, nigga, like songs, beats, everything is.
The thing about it is, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, that's I definitely have to accept that.
How you arrange it.
And put your spice on it.
So
I definitely understood that now.
Even your interpretation of something is not, I wouldn't say right or wrong, but it's your interpretation. Yeah. So it's like, so many times directors make movies and people tell the director what the hell they meant.
Yeah,
and it's like, sure. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's when you know you did something good, because like if the motherfucker is so invested in the movie that he's telling you what you were doing, like I did my job, but like
that's what I learned about them cliffhangers and shit, like the end of Sopranos, where everybody hated the end of that shit, bro, because it just go black. Like I'm sitting there, you waiting for the next scene, and the shit is over. Credits, and that's the end of the show. There's no more show. Nigga, they bombed the shit out of it. I remember that was a trending thing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the writers? He said it. I wrote it. You've been watching the Mafia for how long? 6 seasons you've been watching this, and you see your life can be taken from you at any moment. You don't know what's gonna happen. You could get locked up, you get shot. So he said, if for you to still be talking about The Sopranos 10 years later and people arguing with me about, whoa, that's a bad ending. And to me as a fan, it's like, sometimes you gotta remove, as a fan, you gotta also remember you're a writer too. You gotta, like a parent. I'm a parent and I could be your friend, but I gotta know when to separate that. Right. And that's like, oh shit. So sometimes it's not about giving people what they want, nigga. It's about give them what they need. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Give them what they need, nigga. Let their minds fuck up for a little bit. That's fine.
But yo, what's so funny about that is with the I don't know what movie was it. there was some movie, and the director was basically like, was it Joker? I don't know what movie it was, but the director was like, it ended like that. I think it was Inception. Yeah. He's like, I don't want you to know if it's top. Yeah. Do you think it's up? Then that's what happened. If you didn't think it, then it didn't happen. Is he in a dream? I don't know. You tell me. Is he not in a dream? I don't know. So it's just like, what? And then it's like, and that's another thing. It puts it on the audience.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck. Why are you making me? You choose.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, no, I don't want to choose.
And then right there, that's how you get the page, and that's how you get that. Yup.
So it's just like,
I ain't gonna hold you for it plays on your emotions, because niggas like me, I like to know shit. So I want, what the fuck happened? Who died? What happened, bro? Some things you're not meant to know, though, man.
Right. So it's like, what other movies have I there was this movie I watched recently, and it was like, I didn't understand the ending. I'm like, and it's like, it's ambiguous for that reason. It's like, you're not supposed to, it depends on how you interpret it. But I'm like, I'm being unbiased right now. I stayed the whole movie. I had to go all the way to the left. I had to go all the way to the right for this reason, because I wanted to see how this shit ends. And it's like, if you want to see how it ends, you decide how the shit ends. I'm like, I don't want to decide. I want you to tell me how you think it ends. But it's just like,
how it go.
But a lot of people, I know a lot of directors are shooting alternative endings and shit like that. Oh, it's damn, I was hoping to see. It's Sage. Bruh.
What the fuck you? What's that, some BK shit, bro? When the fuck that started, nigga? That's different. So they burned the sage for the bad energy. You figured out how to burn it for the.
It's an herb. Like it will surprise you how many things is herb. Like, you know, there's half of the shit in your cabinet you could smoke it. Not saying that you should smoke it, nor do you know the properties of it. But it's just like sage. Sage ain't gonna. Well, if it was gonna kill you, I would have been dead already. But nah, my ex put me onto this. She was doing it. I was just like, when she was doing it, I was like, oh, alright, I'm gonna smoke this blunt with you, but I ain't doing that shit. But then, like, what was it? Recently, I was just like, I was burning a lot of sage. It's like I got addicted to sage, like the smell and shit. And then once I started smoking it, like, a lot of people always talking about, oh, weed, the taste and all that shit. It was like Loud and Reggie obviously have a different taste. But for the most part, Loud is Loud and Bing. But with this shit right here, it's like, yo, this shit, it don't even stink like that. It's like almost like a cover up. What's so funny, what I think about whenever I do this is Shaquille O'Neal always talking about how Dr. Phil used to be burning something. It smelled like weed. He called it sage, but I know what weed smell like.
I know what weed smell like, nigga.
Oh, shit. I'm like, yo.
I know what weed smell like, nigga. Don't lie to me.
I know you don't, Shaq. You're an army boy.
Shaq, I forgot. That's the story word.
His pops would have whooped his ass if he smelled any of that shit on him. And he's a police officer, so he can't be promoting that shit. If he is with the shit. But nah, definitely. What's your that's the hard thing though. At least for me, I wouldn't know what to make a TV show about.
No, I got the formula I got so far is the favorite ones that I watched. It's Walking Dead, Wire, Power.
I gotta watch The Wire.
I never watched The Wire. Gonna do this because I feel biased, like it's disrespectful when somebody tells me that, because it's one of those. I'm at that point.
I like Idris Elba, and that's why I want to watch it.
And the nigga is, as I learned, The Sopranos came first, then The Wire, because in The Sopranos there's mad wire actors in it. Like before, that's what I like watching old movies, because it's like
Niggas just don't fall from the sky, nigga.
Yo.
They was in commercial. They was doing weird shit.
Old movies, like old movies. Like I was watching this shit with what's that nigga name? Robbie Downey Jr. Chaplin.
Yo, I never was supposed to watch that.
Yo,
I couldn't. I don't know what made. It was one of those.
That nigga. No, you gotta be in a certain mood to watch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm learning that
because when I was watching something, I think I was watching some shit on YouTube, and it's like actors going over their iconic roles, and they talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
About each role they play or the iconic roles that they were playing in, and he was talking about Chaplin. It's just like, first of all, it's like, oh, playing Iron Man is fucking easy after you do shit like that, nigga. But it's like, I would never know Robert Downey Jr. could, one, do that shit. Two, it's like, the acting back then, especially when they didn't have all the CGI and makeup. It's like them black and white movies, especially. It's like the acting in them shits is fucking ridiculous. Scarface is a hard one to see because the action is so in your face. You might get deluded by how well the acting is done. Like the scene in the in the motel when he was getting
the chainsaw.
My nigga, there was nobody getting their head cut off. But I looked at Scarface's eyes and his friend was being murdered, and it's just like, how the fuck do you do that? All right, action.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what?
Yeah. And put yourself
and then,
there.
Motherfuckers like, yeah. So then and then on top of that, they didn't show anybody getting cut with the chainsaw. But the way they sprayed the blood on his face, and it's just like, oh my.
And you know, bro, and studying that shit, bro, a lot of them shits be just time and cost effective. Like, cause then we gotta, how can we get this scene, and also the creativeness too, cause I'm learning the shots, music, the angles, how long you keep the angle there, bro. All that shit mean everything, bro. And that's the beauty. That's what I'm learning now. The build up to the, like, if you want a serious scene, shit. Sometimes, like you said, you don't even need to show bodies. The music and the darkness of the backdrop, and just the certain voice
of the person's face,
exactly,
like, all
bro.
dumbfounded.
That's it, bro. And the person gotta be. That's what I'm learning when she be watching her fucking Medea shows, Girlfriends, The Oval. That acting is fucking horrible, bro. But I see what Tyler Perry doing. He bringing, you know what I'm saying? I get it. But you can, like you said, the old movies, you appreciate it. Niggas, back then you wasn't getting camera time if you couldn't act, bro.
Right.
Nigga, you had, and then you still had to deal with the politics.
Nah, but that shit is, and then on top of that too, it's like, it's not easy to just do, like on camera.
Yeah. Shit.
Action. Like, I was listening to some, what was it? Some actors talk about how they prepare and shit, and it's just like, I feel like these superhero movies, it's next level acting right there. Cause like, I be watching these movies and I'm like, this motherfucker is in a green screen. Like Magneto moving the bridge. Motherfucker walked in and said action. This nigga just gotta. But the way he just. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, and then it's like you have to really believe in your head that you're moving a fucking bridge, and then convey that to the audience.
You know what's crazy?
Iron Man. You know when Iron Man is in the suit, there's a fucking camera right here. Do y'all see? It's probably mounted onto him, and he has to be like, "Are we going left?" And I'd really be like, this nigga's in the in the suit, navigating. It's just like, yo, how the fuck do you
craft?
How the fuck do you do that? Like, cameras right in your face. Like, I was testing light. I was testing the light because I got a ring light in case it gets dark sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this shit is bright in my eye. It's bright as fuck, but I still gotta be like,
yup. And still keep the composure.
That's why you got this acting shit ain't no
definitely
no
not
joke.
no fucking joke.
But it's like, the thing about it is, for me, I'm like, I could do that shit, but it's like, I might crack, I might break because it's like, yo, I'm laughing at and that's another thing too. You can't be so in you can't watch yourself.
Yeah.
If you watch yourself while you think, you'll be like, this looks stupid. And it'll be the best take you do. Motherfuckers be like, yo, I was in the scene and I was just like, this shit is horrible. And the motherfucker was like, no, that was perfect.
Facts.
Whisper.
Nigga, Hitchcock, in one of the Hitchcock movies, he used to really be hands-on. His act, right? He needed between the man and the woman, he wanted them to be, nigga, handcuffed them. They gassed them to get handcuffed and then lost the key for the whole day on the set. Like, I don't have the key. You forced now. We gotta talk, nigga. So, and then all of a sudden when it was time to shoot the scene, I found the key. I found the handcuff key. And it was exactly what the scene needed. I don't want to be next to you. I'm mad. So, and he said sometimes, one other actress, all day in the scene, he bothering her. He just scared. Come out of nowhere. Just so she's already, she's so scared. Now the scene he needs, she's legit fucking terrified, nigga.
They did that shit to the dude in Bad Boys.
Yeah, the Reggie nigga. Yo, that's fire. I love hearing shit like that. So like, organic, what? Bro. But look how it looked, perfect, nigga. And afterwards, it's like, damn,
that shit
nigga. I'm trying. This is my first time on screen.
And the thing about it too is just like, I know Will and Marlon can act, and it's
improvise right on the spot, nigga.
And Martin might have said some funny shit. Will try not to laugh, but he stayed in character. And that nigga's just like, action. What? My name is. What the hell you doing?
And you really don't know facts. Because you gotta remember, we filming. I can't just stop talking about, yo, what's wrong with you, nigga? Yeah. So I gotta. It's perfect,
and
bro.
How do you say that to Martin and Dig? Like, y'all really fighting like that?
Facts, bro.
I'm not saying shit to them. I'm like, I'm a fan of both of you guys. Whoever's in front of me, I agree with. Well, hey, y'all both know right now.
I go hold you, bro. I was expecting to catch a super duper headache off the first pull. This shit is different.
Shit is. I haven't smoked without things since. And shit is just like, it makes it smoother. I like the.
Yo, bro, this.
Yeah. Thank you. And you're welcome.
Nigga, I feel the toxicity.
It's coming out, right? Right. It's gonna blow it all out.
No, all jokes aside, the release on this is different.
But like, and this how I know I'm a actor. Not an actor, but I want to do this shit because it's like I be watching these motherfuckers. I'm like, all right, how the fuck he did that shit? Because that is a fake dog, and he is. You know what I mean? The most impressive one is Marlon with. I didn't like the movie, but once I learned what the fuck he had to do for the movie, Little Man.
Yeah. You ain't like Little Man, bro?
I feel like it was
So you telling me you ain't lied?
A long ass Wayne.
So you ain't lied? You telling me you? Come on, you that's ridiculous, my nigga. I have fallen. And I can't get up.
Tracy Morgan was the funniest person in the movie.
Yo, bro, I swear to God, that's why I gotta respect you. Yo, you were so old.
The thing about it is like, it's because it's like, it felt like the Wayans Brothers episode.
And that's probably, yeah. So it's one of those. It's preference. Tracy Morgan is the fun. That shit crazy to me. That's the cops was more funny than Tracy Morgan was funny. Now you gonna hold it. They said what? I get my colon cleanser.
Tracy Morgan is different type of funny, but what he had to do for that role and how he had to, like, he was just a face. Basically, had to act as a face. That shit don't sound fun, but that shit was thick. But it just made me think about, like, I remember when I was shooting this movie for these people, right? And I was supposed to be just an extra. But I was just there. And then on top of that, when motherfuckers say action, motherfuckers really be freezing.
The reality, right?
It really, and the thing about it too is like, I remember when I had to do it, it was like, first I was supposed to be an extra. Motherfucker kept freezing. The person who was supposed to be there wasn't there, first of all. He was running late. Or I don't even think he even came at all. Then, the person they was gonna let do it, or they had planned to do it because he was there before me, froze.
Legit.
Like, and just like, bro, you good? He was like, I don't know if I can play this role, blah, blah, blah. Because they asked him that, and like, as soon as he got there, they're like, look, blah, blah, we don't know if he's gonna be here. So, if he's not, when we're shooting that scene, we're gonna need you to fill in for him. And he has other parts, so you have to do this part, that part, that part too. And he was just like, he was hyped. Right?
Of course. And
I was just like, I bet. I was going over it with him. I was supposed to be, I was showing him how to, like, because this person's like the antagonist, he can have a gun. I was going over this shit with him. Nigga froze up. The nigga was like, Remy, you can do it? I was like, yeah. He was like, Remy, you do it. Action. I was just like, okay. And I did this shit, but it was just like, all right, do the same exact thing, exactly how you did it the first time. And then keep the same intensity, but at the end, look that way, don't look at that way. Okay, go. It was just like, oh shit. And there was this part where we did this whole mob thing, and I had to pull out a gun and shoot the dude. So it's just like, I'm on the floor, the cameraman's over me, and I have to bow, bow, bow into the camera. And it's like, this nigga's right fucking here. And I gotta act as like there's a motherfucker over me, and I'm and it's just like, oh, this shit is
my brother.
This shit
my brother right now in Texas filming Power Rangers.
But like
his man's is a director. My brother he actor.
The TV show?
No. They doing their own, like they got their own Power Rangers shit. They filming. He the Yellow Ranger. Like my nigga, like. They fly him to Texas, bro, and they filmed a couple of scenes here and there, bro. So I definitely, it just gave me, it's crazy. This nigga's a whole actor, my brother, like legit.
You're right.
Just gave me an idea. That's gonna be, and he take that. That's a thespian. Right. That's a legit thespian. You can be the director or the producer. To not laugh or to really know how to see the picture, because then you gotta see how you want it. Then you gotta remember too, like, alright, just because I believe it should be this way, it still gotta resonate. You still gotta have a message.
Right.
There's a lot I think it's 110 pages to write a movie.
Yo, so, and the thing about it is, it's different for different people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like somebody like Quentin Tarantino. From what I've heard and from his movies, what's on the script is what you see on the screen, and he's that. I don't want to say well written. He's and on top of that, he also says he has people in mind when he's writing the roles, so it's just like, it's the people you have to play the role, or the type of person, you know what I mean? And then on top of that too, he says, how Samuel brings my words to life is like no other. Cause when I was writing, and I had him in mind when I was writing it, but when the way he says this shit and delivers this shit, it's like, I couldn't write that, but he'd be knowing. And then it's just, so it's like, that's another thing too. So, figuring out your brother and what's his niche per se, or you know what I mean? Like Marlon, or I feel like a lot of most comedians. I feel like you saw The Upside with Kevin Hart.
No.
That was one of my favorite movies by him. He wasn't as funny, and I think that's gonna expose how skilled he is at delivering jokes. Because I feel like Kevin Hart is very good at delivering jokes, and the reason why a lot of people say he's not funny is because he doesn't have the he don't have that. I don't know what it is, but it's just like he doesn't have something. It's like he does everything perfectly, but it's like I think he's funny, but some people say he's missing something. You know what I mean? They like he's on the bottom of the list when it comes to. So
I heard,
you know what I mean?
But I've read some was that he do too much, or he tried too hard to be funny. Like that's.
I personally think people don't like his funny because he's not. He's not. It's like I don't know how to explain it. His funny is like beer. There's an acquired taste. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? There's certain people who just like damn near everybody will find it funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers who don't find it funny is they've been through some shit in life. So that isn't. I hope people don't think that's how I feel about him. Like I don't think he's not funny. I think he's one of the funniest motherfuckers. And then on top of that, the fact that you think he's not funny, he's still able to do what he's been doing is fucking. That he gets more credit for me. So I mean, like his work ethic is way more impeccable, or comes off as way more impeccable than other people. He's like a nag funny. You know what I mean? And I'm a nagger too, so I know.
I see exactly what
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's that person who's funny because he points out the awkward shit, but the awkward shit that he points out makes the person who he's talking about very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, my fault. And they're like,
Yeah, nigga. They got a new movie on Netflix called Bad Trip with Tiffany Haddish. She playing that role though. But you have your Little Rel is in it.
yeah.
And Andre.
I see the pre.
Yeah. But the way they shot it, I like movies how they shoot like that.
Rel and Tiffany work well together.
For sure.
So I know it's gonna be funny.
You gotta. There's a shit on.
But it's just like, they're like, I don't know how to explain it. Eddie Murphy's probably the only one who was able to be funny and not a beta. Most actors, or their funny is in like a compromising position. You know what I mean?
Ben Stiller always playing that role, the bit the awkward geek, out of touch.
One of my favorite movies with Ben Stiller was what was that movie? Because he wasn't necessarily that. The Heartbreak Kid.
He wasn't that in the Heartbreak Kid?
He was, but he was the one doing the breaking up with. But he was just super. You get me?
Yeah.
So he's usually like the victim of it.
Yeah.
But he was just. That's the word. They're usually the victim of the human.
Yeah.
Like Chris Tucker, and a lot of in a lot of stand up, like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
I get no respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they usually get and it's very rare somebody like Dave Chappelle could be funny in strength. You get what I mean?
I see exactly what you're saying.
So it's just like,
I see exactly what you're saying.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Mm-hmm.
He was being funny, but he was getting over on the people.
He
wasn't
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely the alpha man.
Even something like Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura, even though he looked like a fool, he was always getting over everybody.
Yeah, I can see what you mean in that one.
So be funny in strength as to be the victim of and be funny. So it's just like, and then finally come over at the end. It's hard to it's hard to in most roles where the you know what I mean the person is usually on the victim, and I guess that's the tragedy is the comedy. But it's like, I guess, like that's a hard thing to do, but like be funny in strength rather than in weakness, or compromising position, but be in a position of power and be funny. With what I really want to do is, I want to start doing stand-up. So how the fuck am I going to do stand-up if right now New York is basically still closed? The only way of places that they're doing any type of stand-up is in Atlanta or California. And then on top of that, I don't even know what it's like for the amateur scene, because it's like, it's COVID, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if motherfuckers going to a comedy show, they're going to see somebody they know.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They miss their comic.
For sure.
So it's like, I picked the worst time to want to start doing some stand-up, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you build? It's like, you can't, well, you can do stand-up online, but it's like,
it's different.
I feel like that's disrespecting the craft. You know what I mean? You need an audience.
That I can understand.
So it's just like, it goes back to what you were saying, but it's like bringing people in, and it's like, again, it's COVID.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and then into where, and then it's just
COVID,
like,
facts.
so it's just like understanding what that game is. So it's just like, alright. So what I've been doing now is, my main shit was getting myself a routine where it's like, I know what I'm doing every day, or contributing this amount of time to this every day. And I don't gotta think about when I wake up, oh, what am I gonna do today?
Facts, nigga.
You know what I mean? Cause I feel like that's where a lot of people are like, I need my job, cause like I have to have something.
So yeah, bro.
And I could schedule everything around that. It's like, no, how about when you get to set up your schedule, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna really do? Because you can say you can do this, that,
yeah.
but you got that free
What
time.
you really gonna do the real shit, bro? Like, that's definitely been one of those battles.
So it's just like, okay, you want to do this podcast? All right, how much time you gonna give it a day? Because it's not like I have to do everything in one day. But if that's how I work, that's how I work.
Exactly.
So it's like, if I have to, every day I shoot the podcast, that same day I go home and mix it down, do all that bullshit that same day, and then the next 3 days I don't gotta do shit, because besides promote it and stuff like that. But it's just like understanding what the game is. Is that my game? How do I play? Do I play like that? Oh nah, I gotta do 1 hour every single day. If I try to do the whole shit in one time, I'm not gonna do it. 1 hour a day, and then once the hour's up, if you want to keep going, you keep going. If you don't, and then it just.
They said, I read somewhere, it's a 2 hour in the success book. It said 2 hours. If you give something intent 2 hours, like you doing something with your craft for 2 hours, stop. Because after 2 hours, your mind start going places. But if you could do that shit, they said for 2 hours every day, my nigga, legit 2 hours of solid focus, my nigga.
No, honestly, I feel like, cause what I've been doing lately is, what I do every day is when I wake up, I figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do my day, and then I do that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, now, what I realize is, now if you plan, right, something, it takes like 15 minutes to plan a whole day. You know what I mean? And if you really plan your whole day, granted, just like right now, I don't get all the shit I get done.
Mm-hmm.
I have planned the day done because I'm figuring out what the fuck I'm doing as the day's going on. When you plan it, you have an opportunity to get more shit done. You're still not gonna get everything done unless you on some stupid discipline shit. But it's like you give yourself a playing chance because you have a reminder of what you want to do, how much time, and then on top of that too, it's like you don't have to do, like now, because I don't have a job, I don't have to do it at any specific time. You get me? One day I might wake up and do my 2 hours in the morning. The next day I might do my 2 hours right before bed.
Exactly.
The next day I might do it in the middle of the day. So it's just like, okay, so I need to get these lists of things. I mean, my smoothie, I got a meal, I need an hour of some stand-up. And thing about it is like, I can't do stand-up right now, but I swear to God, when I start doing stand-up, nigga gonna be like, wait, what? How the fuck do you practice? I'm like, nigga, I was going over shit and talking to myself for a whole lot of hours, just looking in the mirror, talking shit, and it's just like, cause I understand I need to know my shit so well that if I get interrupted, I could handle it and then go right back into my shit, or know so many shit so well that I don't want to do that anymore. This crowd laughed at this. Let me give them this one. I don't know my jokes like that. I come up with ideas and I record them and then I forget them, and then it's just like, okay, and then I'll hear them back and I'm like, oh yeah, and then it's like, now I'm trying to repeat how I said it, and it's like, nah, nigga, that's the joke. Understand what the fuck the joke is, break it down, and now memorize that shit.
Yeah.
Now say that shit, and then record yourself saying it 2 times, and make sure you go through the points the same way.
Word.
You know what I mean? And that's the hard part. And that's like acting. You know what I mean? When you a stand-up comedian, you telling the same jokes. You might be telling the same jokes 3 times a night if you go to different comedy clubs. You know what I mean? But it's just like,
facts.
It's how you set it up. It's how you deliver the shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like the same thing with when you're on camera, action. So it's just like, oh, okay.
Right there.
And then on top of that, there's no cut. If you fuck up, you gotta be able to either drift to put it back, or so it's just like understand. Oh, okay.
Scary,
I don't know my shit. All right, I gotta learn my shit. All right, so let me learn my shit. So when what I used to do when I was at what's the word? At when we still at the movie theater, is when I thought of something funny, I wouldn't try it on people, but it was just like, how many people think this same shit is funny or can see how I see it? You know what I mean? View the shit, and it's just like, okay, this might work, but it's like, now how do I take it out of a conversation and then just present it? You know what I mean? So
science,
it's like,
that shit is science.
that shit is, it's fun though. It's like a Sudoku puzzle. So it's just like, oh, okay. And a lot of times when I'll be talking, I'll be feeling like I'm talking to myself anyway. Cause motherfuckers just be so like.
That's how it definitely get into a word.
I walk in the break room and everyone's like, he's gonna say something funny. Like, nah, nigga, I'm running late. Like, no, that wasn't a joke, nigga. I'm really running late.
Like, fact, nigga. That's how it be. I mean, reputation for she sometimes.
That shit is funny though.
My nigga, we gon' have to title this shit.
This shit.
Nigga, so you said Thursday, Friday, and what else? Oh, you know Friday.
Wednesdays, Thursdays, Monday, Wednesdays, or Thursdays.
Oh, that's perfect.
Should
Get in
be
the middle of the week type shit.
Should be good for me. And then, I got my embroidery machine, bro. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try to make our faces.
nigga. I'm with that
the emoji shits that we made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can
embroider that. Shit hard, nigga.
If I can embroider that, nigga. Merch coming soon, nigga.
Shit, then, my nigga. So we gotta do it. So then I'm gonna hit you tonight on a day then, because so we can have this shit set solid.
Alright, bet. Say no more.
And then probably do the basement because yeah. That's the only thing about the quarantine. For a long time, you been with somebody. I think you missed that. I'm a loner nigga. Bro, before you, bro, I can shit. Last 3 days, bro. 4 or 5 hours, I'm in silence. Dead ass. Like I want to watch something, but I don't want to watch something because I don't want to hear somebody else talk right now. I don't want to hear the thinking. But then I learned about myself too. My makeup, my subconscious is a lot stronger than I thought. There's a lot more shit that I need to, cause over 10 plus years of telling yourself a certain thing, eventually like I feel good, but it's lingering. So I peeped that about a nigga, bro. I just be trying to save the world. Like that's what it's in a nutshell. I just try to save the world, bro. Like, you depressed? Yo, bro, listen, man, read this book, look at this movie, I promise you, and then don't get mad at me neither. Don't give me a face like I'm doing too much, because now it's like, oh man, fuck you then. Like, damn. But that's none of my business. That's how I fucking learn.
You know what I feel like? I feel like I got into the wrong business. I wanna like, I was thinking about, like, what is it that I want to fucking do? Like, at the basis of everything. What is
exactly
it? What the fuck do I want to do? I want to help people better themselves. Not I help you get better. No, I help you better yourself, right? But then, like, for a while, like, I've been off of Instagram. I don't be making videos and stuff like that. I've been off for, like, since the year started, really. And it's like, I know why. It's like, most people don't want to do it. Most people like the Matrix.
Yeah.
So it's like, the work you doing is hard on hard.
Hell yeah,
so
bro.
It's just like,
and it's looked up. Man.
So it's like, so now it's like, all right, so how do you do this work? And not to be like and be happy, but it's like, how do you so now what's your drive?
The drive.
Yeah, what's your drive?
That's really
because it's like, because I'm like, oh, so y'all don't even want me to do this, but y'all need me to do this so y'all could better yourself. So y'all might not even like me.
Yeah.
Copy. I bet. So am I still doing this?
Yeah.
Why? Okay. All right. So let's do it. You get it? So like,
that's how it go.
I'm at that clarity.
Yeah. The clarity.
So it's like, now it's just like,
good work. Clarity.
Now I know I'm gonna, and it's like, I want to do music, stand up, and make movies and shit like that. So it's like, I'm good because everything I do is in an entertainment type of field. You get me? So I'm already in.
Yeah. You in the universe you need to be in.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you a writer. So if you write serious or like self-help books, you might get mad. You know what I mean? But if you put your self-help books into movie styles or series or what you're saying, you know what I mean? Then it's like, people gonna be like, just entertained by your shit, not realizing they learning some shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you subconsciously putting them on the game as
you just confirm.
So it's just like,
that's it.
Okay, so let's do that. So it's just like,
you just boost the mind's by.
I'm gonna try to tell y'all jokes, but my jokes can't just be jokes.
Yeah.
They gotta have some. They gotta have some meat on it too.
You gotta box it right. Yeah, you just gotta box it right. That's it.
So perfect. It's like, now I've been working on the packaging.
Okay, that's it. Go looking. That's the word. The packaging. Go looking, bro. Go fucking looking, bro. How are you gonna? Because you got the goods.
So it's like, you have all these ideas.
Yeah.
I know a narc has to be a concept in one of your TV shows, where there's like a psychologist dealing with the asylum with a bunch of narcs.
Hold on. No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yo,
but it's just like,
yeah, yo, that's
so it's like, so this level, so this you could, and then on top of that, there's and papers on that. So it's like, so it's easy to come up with ideas once you play into it.
That's exactly what I needed.
And it's like, you know, the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I don't know who was. I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson. He said that was his favorite show. I don't know what the fuck they did with the show, but it was like, and I want to do some type of shit like this, where it's like, we have the same actors, but they're playing different characters every fucking week.
American Horror Story do that. Okay. Exactly, I know exactly what you mean.
And it's like, you have to watch from the beginning. Because it's like, that's Jimmy from last week, but this week,
Ricky,
this nigga is James.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're
and it's just like,
about.
You tell a whole bunch of different stories, and the niggas just play different roles, but it's just like, you
just put me on that shit.
But like, right, so it's like, all right, I'm gonna do that shit with music, stand up, podcasting is another form of it, and then it's just like, okay,
that's a good way to end, bro. You don't understand what you just did for a nigga right now. You just
nah, cause it's like this was heavy on my heart,
bro.
Too,
but
bro.
you damn, that's so, bro.
And it's just like, I bet.
Yo, my nigga, it's like having all types of shit and just needed the package, nigga. Yo,
that's it. That's
listeners,
that's another.
Perfect. Yo, that's how you.
Season 1 is how we begin.
Bro, that's how you.